There we go, Mom. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. And welcome everybody to the call tonight. I mean, you guys have known that for the last 3 days, I've been so pumped up about tonight and the guests that we have. I was here in Primerica when it was A.L. Williams, and I watched our company produce leadership in short periods of time. I built something myself very special in a short period of time. And I know that this company is poised right now for something beyond anything we dreamed of. And this couple that's come to be with us tonight is exemplifying that. They're actually doing it. They're the example. I mean, they have the mindset that he's going to tell the story. And a little bit of, I know Carlos will probably tell us a little bit how he did it. We have people on this call that are ready to take their businesses to a high level too, Carlos. They're so excited to hear from you and Monica. And we know that partnership is everything. They work side by side as a partner, came back in business. I would say you just came in business in 2018. I mean, you tried it out a little bit back earlier, but that was just a trial and it didn't work. And you came back and now you took on a challenge of Primerica. And in 32 months, there will be, or is it 32 months you've been in business now, Carlos?
Now, yes.
32 months. And by January of this year, which will be 34, 35 months, before 3 years, they will hit the $1 million income. Now, not only are they hitting high level income, they built people doing the same thing. I just heard a video a few minutes ago about people that hit 100,000 at senior regional leader and went on, I'm sure, to hit the 150 and 200. And so they've built an RVP team that is extremely successful. I remember when Leo Suarez built an RVP team making $100,000 a month. In this era, that is so doable. It's time for you to make up your mind. And I know he's not stopping with 7 or 8. The RVP team he's building right now is going to blow your mind. So I'm very excited to have with us tonight Carlos and Monica Leon. They are the new superstars of our company, breaking the records. And, you know, having been here with Art Williams in the beginning and listening and knowing that system, and I've listened to him and I know how he's building. Folks, you're listening to somebody that's very, very good at what they do. He's mastered the craft and followed in the footsteps of the builders of this company, and we're going to hear from him tonight. I don't know, do you guys have children? I'm not telling anybody about your family. Tell me, have 3 kids. Yeah, they'll tell us a little bit more about their story. So I'm going to turn it over to Carlos and Monica. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you, Francis. I mean, it is an honor. I mean, we never thought this moment will come, but it's happening right now, being with the legends, the people that we're following. It's just a dream come true. And everything that is happening, we want everybody to know how we're doing it so that everybody can have a little sense of what is working and what will work for you. Because like Francis say, it's time that the new Primerica will give us so much success that we have to get ready for what is coming in 2021. But I want to introduce my beautiful wife, because if it's not because of her, we will not be where we are right now, guys. So with you guys, Monica Leon.
Yay, the crowd goes crazy. Francis, thank you so much for having us. Really, it is an honor. I don't know, it was a couple months ago that we went to a builder school at home office, and you were like the guest speaker, and you sat next to me, and I was like, oh my God, Francis is sitting right next to me. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know to say hello. I didn't even know how to act. So it's an honor for you to allow us to speak to your great team and, you know, just tell our story. And I hope that with what we say today, you know, you guys identify yourself and see that, you know, we're all the same. We just have a desire, and we can all fulfill our dreams.
Right.
So Carlos and I have 3 kids. We have a 17-year-old girl, a 13-year-old boy, and a 9-year-old boy. So we're pretty busy. When Carlos came home to me back in February of 2018 and said that he wanted to join Primerica, I was not excited. I was not happy. I was one of those partners that was like, you what? Why? I don't like to cook. You don't tell this to anybody. I don't really say this a lot, but I don't like to cook. So he was the cook at home. He used to come home and cook. He's always been like a business owner where he would do his own thing. So he had that flexibility of schedule. He would come home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, cook for me when I got home from work. The dinner was ready. So it was nice to be able to have, dinner ready, sit with our kids, watch a movie, have an ice cream, and repeat. So, my first question to him was like, why? Why do you have to change what we have going on? I mean, we weren't obviously making a whole bunch of money, but, we were comfortable. I mean, unfortunately, that's how my mind was. I was comfortable. I didn't see a reason why we needed to change that. But at the end of the day, after talking to him, the only question that I asked him is, does that make you happy? And he said yes. And that's all I needed to hear. Being that that's my husband and the person I love, I would never get in the way of something he wanted to do. And that's the most important part. But then the other one, guys, is that we were like the 30-day trial couple. Every 30 days, Carlos had $1 million idea. So we tried it. We tried everything for 30 days, and it lasted 30 days. And since he didn't see much success money-wise, he would jump to another idea for another 30 days. So I was like, okay, it's fine. It's going to last 30 days. We'll just wait, and then he'll go back to something else. So I was like, whatever, just try it. It turns out that it's been 30-something months. He didn't go back to any other idea. And as he went to Primerica, I wasn't very supportive, but I never stood in the way. I just watched him. I watched everything he said. I watched the way he came home at night after being long hours at the office. And he was always so positive, always so excited. Every day was something better and better. It was actually contagious that, I got to the point that I was like, man, I wanted some of that you're getting in that office. I voluntarily was like, I want to go to one of those trainings that you guys do on Saturdays. And I went to one of the trainings and I fell in love. I fell in love with the whole atmosphere. I fell in love with our team. I fell in love with what Primerica does. And I just started attending, and I started looking at our team and seeing what I could do to make things better. Where were gaps that I could fulfill? I've always been in the, management position. I've always been in the administrative world. So I was like, okay, this is what it needs, because we just got to say that he wasn't very organized. So I had to go.
Well, let me clarify. You can now build and be organized, right, guys? You have to be good at one thing.
You
So
do the right thing.
So the first thing I did was got licensed. Then obviously I jumped onto office management position, and you got together with our team and started a whole system that worked, where paperwork goes and things like that, he obviously didn't have time for because he was busy building. So I got busy doing the administrative part and making sure that all the businesses that went through actually did go through, that nothing fell behind, that, the people got licensed, that they were excited about joining our team and why they were part of our team and things like that. So that's kind of part of our story. And now I think about it and I'm like, oh my God, I wondered if Carlos would have actually listened to me and was like, you know what, if this doesn't make you happy, or maybe because even before he brought up Primerica, he didn't want to even tell me because he knew that I was going to be super like, no, I don't want you to join Primerica. So I was like, what about if he, because of fear of what I was going to say, he would have said no to the opportunity? We would never be in this position. And it just, I'm not very money motivated, and I get made, our upline Alex always makes fun of me because I always used to fight with him because he talks about money, and I was like, money is not important, but now that we have this freedom, it feels amazing. It really does. And let me tell you why it feels amazing. I love to help people. That is my purpose in life. If I want everybody around me, and even those that I don't know, to have. That's like my goal every morning, every day that I pray. I'm like, God, make sure you put that person in my life that we need to help, that we can bless with what you have allowed us to have. So being able to do that, being able to help our family freely without even them having to ask, just us, being able to give. Before we had all these necessities ourselves, we couldn't really help our family. We were able to retire his mom early, so she doesn't have to work. My mom, she's a little hard-headed. She loves to work regardless, but we help her too. So, you know, it just feels great to be able to do all those kind of things and not have to worry. So Primerica has brought all of that into our lives. And I just say, guys, you know, move forward. Don't focus on other people's success and feel like you're not doing enough. Just go for it, because we don't have anything special. We're exactly the same, 2 hands, 1 brain, nothing special. We just have a desire. We have faith. We know that we have been brought into this world to do big things, and we're not going to settle for anything less. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, I'll let you guys speak to the superstar who's going to tell you to do it. Put it to work.
Yeah.
Now you see,
Thank you
Francis.
so much.
Francis, why we are so successful, right? Because I mean, she takes control of the office and she put everything on place. And if before she came to the office, everything was a mess. We were growing, but everything was a mess. And this is something very important, guys, to know. When my first month, that when she say he was coming so happy he was coming happy home. Trust me, it was those days that we didn't even want to go home because everything were falling in place. But I got home with a smile, and she asked me, how was your day? I was like, oh my God, you would not believe this. I recruited like 10 people, and it's amazing. We're growing, we have licenses. When it wasn't happening, it was not happening. But I knew that if I go with bad news home, she would be like, I told you that doesn't work, and so and so. So I was like, oh my God, we just have a huge team. And we were like 3 or 4 people at the office, like, what we do? And that helped, it helps a lot. And I did the same with the team. I never show the struggle to the team. I never show weakness to the team, because something we have to remember, that this is the people business. And as leaders, we have to show that we are strong leaders to the people that are joining the company, so that they know that they're working with the right person. So I want to start by saying, guys, before Primerica, like Monica said, we were the 30 days couples. I was trying everything and anything. I was chasing greatness. I knew we're going to become millionaires, doing something. We wanted so badly. But look at what I was doing before Primerica. I was doing Amazon Flex. You know Amazon Flex? Of course you know Amazon, because everybody has like 2 to 10 packages delivered to their doors every single day, right? So I was one of the drivers, and I had my own car because it was my own terms. I thought I was an entrepreneur, but I was just a driver. And then I was doing interpretations. And my English is broken, but I'm a money hungry. So I was doing interpretations for Spanish and English. And I was building a marketing company with my dad. So I was doing 3 things. And then Primerica, 4 things. And then, thanks God, we pick and choose the right opportunity, because we burn all of the bridges just to give it all to this company. After I studied the numbers, and after Alice showed me, just think about this. I was making like $50,000 a year with 3 jobs. And Alex Sanabria, he only had 1 business, and he was making $500,000. And he told me, somebody's in the wrong business, and it's not me. And I was like, this guy, I mean, come on. And then I was looking at the numbers, and I say, Alice, so how everything works? And he starts showing me, and I start studying the master of this company. And we all know the master, which is R. Williams, guys. I was like, Alice, I want to copy somebody who did it in no time, because I know we can take this. When I saw the numbers, like remember I told you I went to recruit a guy yesterday that he used to run a 50,000 people business, and I did like 3,500 people in a year. I recruited like 3,500 people in a year. So I knew how to scale businesses. I knew how to recruit people. I knew how to be a leader. I knew how to develop people. When I saw Primerica numbers, and I was like, man, it has to be something else. It has to be something else for people to grow faster. And I say, show me how everything got started. And then I started studying all the concepts that R. William was saying. And that's what we did since the beginning, guys. And I want to show a couple of slides so that you can relate or what is happening with us. And Frances, if you have any question, please stop me. I want to help us as much as I can with with our testimony. So I'm going to share this little presentation, and a lot of the stuff we already know it. We already know that it's being there. But what it takes in order to win, guys, if we already know what to do, what is going to help you win is to go and do it the way they say that it was working. Because I remember, am I wrong in a lot of things with the story? I remember the original 85, they were working for ATT, and they already were doing insurance and a little bit of mutual funds. They already were working in financial services, right? And they knew, and they were trying to correct an injustice because of what happened with our father. And then they knew that it was a good product, it was a good service, but they need a system that they can become somebody, and they can help more people to become somebody, and then nobody will put their tongue on them, right? That was the ideal. That's how they come out with this idea of building an RBP factory. And that's why, and when I heard that they promote, and this, I believe this is just one of the legs from Art, that off of 3 RBPs, he created it like 4,000 RBPs in 12 years. 12 years. That has to tell us something right there, guys. If one man have an idea, have a dream, and he did it, that means that somebody else can do it again. And we can do it and even better, because that idea didn't exist before him. And he created it, he made a plan, and he gathered some people in, and they start proceeding with the plan. And let's look at this point. And we have $1 million Miguel Illich at 7 years, right? They break the record in 7 years to the million. And then Mika Sander came in right after, a month and a half after, and break that record in 6 years. So it was possible in 7, now it was possible in 6, and now it might be possible before 3. So that's what I'm saying, that if he created it, it was because it was possible. He not only created it, but he got it done, so somebody else can duplicate that. What we have to do in order to get there, just follow his step and just do it again. And we need committed people so that we can get there, guys. And that's how everything got started. And this little dream of becoming an RBP in 4 months. And I remember I told Alex and Aria, I say, Alex, I will join your team, but I only want to do one single thing. And it's becoming an RBP and start creating an RBP factory. If you help me to do that, if you allow me to do that, then I will join your team, and I will give my best. And trust me, we will break records. And he was looking at me like I was speaking in Chinese or something. But he said, you know what? I finally brought you in business, so do whatever you want. And then he helped me, and he allowed us to be with this craziness. And I say, I promise you, in 4 months, I will become an RBP. So let's just remind ourselves a little bit of the concepts that took us from 0 to almost $1 million in less than 3 years, guys. And our Williams' dream was to build an RBP factory in every city, in every state, in Canada, in Puerto Rico. Look at how big was his vision. From Georgia, from Snellville, Georgia, to dominate the entire nation, Canada, Puerto Rico. I mean, that was huge. That was huge. That was crazy for most of us, right? Somebody, he has to be somebody who is absolutely crazy to think about this. And that's how we have to play this business, guy. This game, we have to play it at a crazy level, so that we can help enough people to achieve a success that they never will see if it's not because of Primerica. So he say, I want to build an RBP factory, and through building an RBP factory, we're going to help as many people become wealthy, and we're going to help as many families to achieve financial freedom because of the services we have. I mean, it's genius. The product that everybody, the services that everybody needs, and through helping others, we will become millionaires. That's something everybody wants to be part of it. And that concept of getting paid 190%, 190% per every dollar that came into the company, nobody has that, guys. Nobody. But most of us, we're not taking advantage of that 190% yet. And the company is open for everybody to get there. And we're seeing records being breaked. And for me, in my head, in my mind, in our mind, we can start creating RBPs from 4 to 8 months. 4 to 8 months is a good time for an RBP to be made. Of course, not everybody would achieve that, but we have to look for the people that are willing to go through it. That's how they did it. They recruit thousands and thousands of people. Not everybody was willing to go to RBP, to move to another state, maybe to another country to do this, but they found the ones who were willing to do that. And this is what is this business about. Thanks God, we have financial services as the product that we promote. But the real deal that we have in this company is called the distribution system. And we are getting to the million just because we put to work the RBP factory, and through putting to work the RBP factory to helping people achieve their goals, we can achieve any goals we want, guys. He said there is no junior RBPs. And most of the people think about, when I get started with Alice got promoted in a year and 8 months to RBP, which is not too bad. A year and 8 months is not too bad. But it could be done sooner. We always looking for people to be great in order to become a regional vice president. And people, what people need in order to be great is somebody who trusts on them, help them get to the level so that they can become great. And that's what we've been doing. We're taking people, everybody who has joined our team, they come from backgrounds. Like my first RBP, he was working at a restaurant, guys. He was the manager of the bar. I call, hey, you own that restaurant, right? He laughed. I know I don't own it. I was the manager of the servers. So he was the manager of servers manager. We took this guy from Venezuela who was in the United States for 2.5 years, barely speak English, joined the business, and 7 months after, he became a regional vice president. He has to study English in one hand and licenses in the other hand. Do the production, become a leader, drive a team, and he become a regional vice president. And there is no junior RBPs. Why? He's already making over $230,000 a year with only a year and 3 months of being an RBP. So this is what he means with about no junior RBPs. And an RBP, in my concept, Francis, is somebody who is willing to give everything to this business. Somebody who can get licensed, who at least can do the requirement. What requirements? What our Williams say. The master, not all of this craziness that I know we want to put all the new concept and the new economy and the new rules and all this stuff. It might work, but I have nobody in business that had more success than our Williams. So we should follow the person that did it the fastest and the biggest.
That's right.
And he was saying no junior RBPs. What we need, and look at this. And I was doing numbers yesterday with this guy, and I say, look, the business is about one RBP having a bunch of RBPs down, and you become a millionaire. That's how the business works. You are up here, you build RBPs, and you become a millionaire. If we already know how it works, What are we waiting for to start helping people to get promoted? What are we waiting? Are we chasing the money, or are we really chasing financial freedom, guys? Because I don't know what you think, but I think with $100,000 a month, I think we will have a lot of financial freedom in the years to come. And I know this is just the beginning, because we are committed to keep building and promoting RVPs in every single city, in every single state, in Canada and Puerto Rico. And if we're going to another country, or if we're going to another, I don't know, whatever Primerica wants to go in, we're gonna go there and we're gonna build an army of RVPs, guys, because that's how it got started and that's how they build it. And look at them. They've been living the good life for many, many years because they did it the R. Williams way. And then he say there is no limits for RVP, no territories, no limits on the money. I mean, you can become anybody you want with this contract. And then we will never deny an earned promotion. Do we understand this concept? Meaning that if somebody do the requirements and they deserve to get promoted, they have to get promoted. If we don't do the promotions, the train will fall out of track. This is a system, and every system only works when the system works 100% of the time. If you take one little piece, the system start getting broken.
That's right.
And we don't want to do that. Promotions is what it keeps the momentum in your business. So when I'm trying to see somebody, should I promote this district leader or not? Yes, you did what it was required. Let's go to district and let's jump to division and let's keep working to regional, because RVP is the way to go. And it has to keep rolling, and it has to be fast and strong. We can do it fast and strong. And then he say one set of guidelines. One set of guidelines. In order for this to work, it has to be the same requirements for everybody, guys. For everybody. In order for this company to go back to 250,000 agents, it has to be simple and one set of guidelines. That everybody wins, that everybody has the same opportunity, that everybody can dream about it, but achieve it at the same time. Not only think that it's possible, but get it done at the same time, because the guidelines are easy and they're simple. And then he said, the only thing we need to do is promote regional leaders fast. And if you're not promoting regional leaders, then the train will fall out of track. Because regional leaders is where the training starts for you to becoming a regional vice president. And then once you become a regional leader, you should be promoted within a year to regional vice president, not within 2, 3, 4 years, within a year, guys. And then this is what I love, and this is what we're chasing, guys. And I want to show you something. He say, as an RVP, you get to RVP first, and then you start building RVPs. And that's how you get financial freedom. How genius is that? And look at this guy. And then you start helping your RVPs, getting RVPs under, and through building through third generation only, you will have about 399 RVPs. And this is not numbers on the paper. We have a bunch of leaders who have a lot more than this. This is not something that he came out with just because it's not a dream anymore. It actually happened. And we can repeat it and double it if you want it to. Everybody remember this, right? This was the name tag for the convention, the last convention, 2019. That was our first convention. And we'll write down, they asked us to write down the goals for the next convention, right? Look at what I put first, because we have a one goal only in mind, and it was building RVPs. And I put crear, I put it in Spanglish. So I put crear, which is create 9 RVPs before convention, 2021 convention, be a better leader, and get to 500,000 in cash. I thought about the 500,000 because I didn't know if through building all these RVPs, how much money I will get, but I knew that we will reach financial freedom. So the goal that will get us there, the only way we can get there is through building RVPs. And that's why we set up the after convention to build 9 RVPs. And let me tell you this, by December, we will achieve the goal. We already have 7. We're promoting our next RVP this month, and the number 9 will be in December. It's already set up because you will hit what you plan. If you don't plan it, then you cannot achieve it. How can you follow something that you don't know where you're going? Are you going to work just because of the money? You're going to work because you think you will recruit someone today? Or you already have someone in mind that you will recruit in your business? Do you already have your day planned ahead so that you can go and make it possible? Not just to go to work because we have to show up. That's not how we build this. We have to plan what we want to get done, guys. And then he say each RVP do 10,000 in premium. That would be like $323,000 a month. For most of the people, this will be only a dream. But 32 months after of following this month, we're going to crush $150,000 in income in 1 month. We're almost halfway. And we're not stopping until we can achieve this. We want to get $400,000 in 1 month. And we're going to keep going straight until we get $10 million a year. Because I'm telling you right now, we can duplicate the same system and we can do it better and we can double it because somebody already did it and he showed us the way, guys. And so let's wrap this up with, we are in business of producing RVPs. So everything that we talk lead us to, we are in the business of producing RVPs, and the guidelines has to be simple. People promoting people helping people become financially free. And this is how actually happened, Francis. When we become in business, we set up a plan of becoming an RVP in 4 months. It didn't happen because life was good. Now we plan it, and I asked Alice, what do I need? He said, well, to become an RVP in 4 months, I don't know if we can do that, but if you can do at least 40 by 40 and you can get licensed and you show that your business at least stay for those 4 months, then you become an RVP. And I was like, well, consider it done. And we start working for the goal. We set up a goal with my dad of recruiting, so we can get a 40 by 40 base in 4 months. And this is how we did it. If we can get 10 recruits on the first month, we can scale that to the second month of 20 recruits. And then if we can do 20 recruits on the second month, we can drive those recruits at least to 30. I mean, the perfect system will be to 40, but we know it's not perfect. Let's at least go to 30. But leaders drive their teams to grow. Leaders drive their teams to grow. If you did 10, you cannot do 10 again the next month. You should grow because now you have more inventory. So we did 10 and let's go to 20. Let's go to 30 and then 40. And this actually happens. We recruited 11 people in the first month and we closed 11,000 in premium. And then the plan was to do 20, but we were so in this business and we want to be somebody like Carl Williams say, that we didn't do 20, we did 32, and we did 32,000 in premium as well. And the third month we did 35 and 35,000 in premium, 36,000 in premium, and then 40 by 40 it was reached before the 4 month. And what about the licenses? We got that licenses done as well. 7 days to life license and a month and a half to get Series 6 and 63. And how it happens? I was working all day from 9 to 10 p.m., giving my all to build my team, to build this team that we have right now. And when I get home, my wife already put the kids to sleep because I wanted to get home to study. We had no time to lose. We have no time to waste, guys. And I started studying from 10:30. It was hard. It was hard not only for me, but for them, because I was not present for a couple of months. It was a month and a half that the kids were asleep and I wasn't home yet. And I have to get there, and they were asleep. And when they wake up, I was studying. It was hard, but it was worth it. And I couldn't, and I see some people that they studying during the day. And I say, wait a minute. In order to be huge, we have to be able to do two things at the same time. We have to show our team success. We have to show our team how to get it done. And so that's why the day was to work to accomplish the 40 by 40 plan. And I give up sleeping time to study. I studied from 10:30 to 1:30 in the morning or until I fell asleep. And then wake up at 4:58, 4:59 every day because we had to get it done. I was not willing to fail at my family, and I was not willing to fail at my team because we have people following us at that moment already. And leaders show with the example how to get it done, guys. And that's how we knock it out. That's why I'm telling you, if you've been studying for 3, 4, 5 months, please, guys, stop lying to yourself. It's just a little book. It's just a little course that you have to take and you can pass. It's just, it's a multiple answer, right? That's how you call answer? Multiple answer question. I mean, they're giving you the answer and everything. You just have to pick the right one. You study a little bit and you will get it. Look, out of 7 RBPs that we have, 80% don't speak English, and they got it done. It's like we have a test today, and we know everything, but the test is in Chinese. Imagine that. But so it's nothing impossible in life. Nothing. They got it done. That's why they're great. That's why they deserve to become a regional vice president. And then the rest is just we did the same with them, the same. The cycle start going on. Then this guy came in. So what I had to do, hey, I did it. Look, I did it like this. You just have to do the same. And William Castro, he come with Elizabeth Mejia, and they just duplicate that, knock it out quick, and get promoted to RVP. And then the other one, and then the other one, and the RVP machine start moving on. And it took us 2 years of shaking the machine to start popping RVPs. 2 years working for one single goal, which it was building the RVP factory through helping people to achieve financial freedom, to helping families to become financially independent. That's the real business. 6 months to the ring, 9 months and a half to 6 months to the watch, 9.5 months to the ring. We were #1 returning MITs in 2019 convention. Remember convention? Remember, we took 5 future winners. We are not growing because we're doing everything ourselves. We're building a team. So we took to our first convention 5 future winners, meaning that the RVP factory was working. They were getting ready. All of them are RVPs. And then we got the MVP award. We didn't have a clue of what was the MVP, but they called us and we were like, Jesus Christ, this is great. This was so awesome. And then we promoted our first RVP. 1.5 years in business, guys. 1.5 years in business. We got promoted to RVP, start creating the RVP machine, promote our first RVP couple, and everything start making sense. And everything start seeing that it was possible. I say, oh, this is easier than what I thought. Let's pass it on to others the way it is. It's simple. It's easy. RVP factory. And then 21 months in business, we hit 100,000 in premium for the first time in the base. We got promoted with the second diamond. This was in November last year, guys. November last year. We were $200,000 earners. Brand new, 21 months in business, guys. But November is a critical month to start 2021, guys. And I want to make a little stop here because this was the best month ever. This month, a year ago, created the explosion that we have today. So if you want to take an advice tonight, You have to fight hard to end up the year like real winners, guys. This month will determine how you're gonna start your 2021. You know how December is, right? Party mode, Christmas mode, New Year's, family gathering, everybody in vacations. I don't know if everybody will have vacations, but a lot of distraction. So 2021 will be defined by November. We have 2 more weeks to go, guys. 2 more weeks to achieve the goals. We almost hitting the 100,000, the 100 billions in face coverage. I mean, let's get it done this month. Let's show the rest of the world how Primerica is having success so that we can attract more leaders. And then look at what happened. Then our first RBP, the first trial that we have, become at $100,000 earners. Remember that concept that there is no junior RBP? There is not, because the leader create leaders. It is the leader job to create leaders. That's it. And that's what we're doing. And this guy right here, this couple right here, they're about to promote the first 2 RBPs, and they have a third one in mind already. And we're gonna become grandfathers. In less than 3 years, grandfathers, they will become SVPs in less than a year and a half as RVPs. That's the way it should happen. You build your RVP army, and then you help them to build RVPs, right? And then that's how we get to the $300,000. We were not chasing the money, guys. We were chasing greatness. We were chasing freedom through them, through others, through people who trust on us and in the company. And then this was in March. And then in August, we went from 300,000 to 600,000 in income. But there is one reason why we got there, guys. And this is the best picture ever for us. We have it everywhere. This is our mouse pad. And I'm about to show you. Everybody has one of these in the RBP team has one of these, because this is what is making his story, guys. We bringing back what R. Williams did, and we want to duplicate it and get it better. It's possible. Look at this. We become SVP in August, and then RBP number 1, $100,000 earner. We promote our second RBP, and this guy, who for you guys who don't know them, this is my dad and my brother. My dad and my brother, 62 years old, my dad, and 20 years old, my brother now. He started when he was 18 years. $140,000 earners by now. They're fighting to end up this year as $200,000 earners. This is Primerica, guys. This is the real Primerica. My dad just came to this country 4 years ago. He's not supposed to be making $100,000 and something a year. Because we come from another country, he was supposed to come here, know English, and work for a factory. But because companies like Primerica, he had an opportunity, and he gave us the opportunity, because actually he was the one who recruited us to help us getting back in business, because we didn't want it. But he's a little hard-headed. Thanks God. And he brought us back in business because he was impressed for what Alice did. And now we're here because of that. And I want to thank my dad and my brother because what they did. And then we have RBP number 3, $100,000 earners. You see, it works. It works. If you put your heart and you put you committed to your people, it works, guys. And then RBP number 4, $100,000 earners, Francis. And then RBP number 5, $100,000 earners. RBP number 6, $100,000 earner. And RBP number 7, he just got promoted. He doesn't have his ring yet. He's having a little difficulty with his dad. His dad just has discovered cancer. So he's helping his dad through his treatment. So he's being out of the business, stepping out for a little bit. He comes and do the business and help his dad. So once he go through that, we know he's gonna start getting greatness as the other RVPs. So we're praying for you, Dad Nelson. And then we become $700,000 earners, guys. We were in Colombia. Francis, this is the beauty about this business. We were in Colombia, South America. After all the COVID situation, we wanted to see our family so badly. And I said, my wife, are you ready to travel? She said, where are we going? I say, should we go to Colombia? And she said, well, I would love to. 2 days after, I say, pack because we're going next week. And we take a plane and we went for 3 weeks. And we went from 600,000 in 3 weeks. We were at 700,000 because guess what? We built an RBP factory. And that's how you get paid real money and good money. And that's how you help people to become real financial free. That's the only way to get there, is through building that factory. And then look at this. While we were in Colombia, Francis, this is what was happening in the States with the business. First RBP, remember this guy? I mean, this guy is awesome. $200,000 earner. RBP number 2, $200,000 earner. RBP number 3, $200,000 earner. We have a $250,000 earner. And tonight, we will have a $300,000 earner. Our first ownership, we already helped someone to get ownership. We did it first, we showed the way, and now we're duplicating it. And guess what? We're fighting for those RVPs to end that the year as with the ownership. And last year, guys, we missed the leadership meeting. We missed it for pennies. We were like at 230,000. We couldn't go to that meeting. I was so sad. I wanted to go so bad. I was fighting to start to go and meet all of the legends. We couldn't go. I was sad. But that gives me the courage to fight hard, because we say we're not only going, baby, we're going with the whole team to that meeting. And we're going to take so many people that then everybody will want it to build it just like the master did it. And now we're taking, if my thinking goes right, we're taking about six couples to the leadership meeting next year. And we will go as $1 million earners, guys. Look at how your life can change from one year to the other. If you focus your entire time to doing what he just teach us, what the master of this business did it. It's easy, guys. And that's how we got the $800,000 earner. We haven't crossed $800,000 earner, by the way. We are like $2,000 away from 800,000. So we cannot, but we already know it's going to happen in November. And we know by the end of by the month end, when it clicks and we get the bonus for December, we're going to get 900,000, guys. We already know it. We already know the numbers. We already know how many RVPs we have. We already know how many more RVPs we created. And the more you have, the more you produce. The more you have, the more numbers will come into the company. It's simple, right? So what we have to do in this case, we have to build it. And what's the right way to build it, Carlos? Through the multiplication system. Simple. Multiplicating yourself through others. Warm market. Warm market. Friends with friends. Friends trust friends. That's the easiest way to go. And he showed us that if you can go 3 levels down with this multiplication system, you will be financially free and you will create an RVP factory. He said, we have to get 3, but everybody, and this is an advice I'm going to give you guys, everybody has to get engaged, okay? This way only works if everybody get engaged. If you don't want to be part of it, you won't be part of it. Trust me. We already know a bunch of people that they just trying to do this. They come in and they quit. We were one of those in 2006. We came, we didn't want to follow the system, and we have to leave because the system was not for us. We were not for the system either. So everybody get committed, everybody plugs in, and everybody start doing their part. And if it works for everybody 100% of the time, if we committed to the system, it's easy, it's simple. If you get your 3 and you teach others how to get 3 people, then the multiplication works. Not by addition, not by yourself, through others. People helping people. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we're going to get those 9. And what we're going to do, Carlos, we're going to do the same. We're going to dig on the warm market, and we're going to bring more soldiers to the team. And we're going to start creating more leaders. And then we're going to start expanding the team. And then we go from 27 to 81 and 243. Guys, it works. Why no it works? A lot of people will say, yeah, that's just multiplication. Well, it's not multiplication. It's actually happening. Look, we're here. We're right on the middle of the 243 and 729. We have about 306, since last night, 360 agents, 360 licensed agents. So we're right there in the middle. We're going for the 700 now because we keep duplicating ourselves. And every time we duplicate is by 3. I know it's not perfect, but let's make it the best that we can. And we will get there. And we will get there if we do it. That's the only thing we need to do. What? And he did it. He said, do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And if you keep doing it, it will happen. And then we will go for the 2,100 and then 6,500. It will be easier every single time because you will be more and more people, more and more leaders, so the multiplication works. It's the same effort, but you go to the next level every time you grow. And that's how it works. At the beginning, it seems it's possible. Impossible. I mean, how are we going to get to 59,000 reps? Well, let me tell you, this is just a little part of what they did because they grew to 250,000. This is just a little part. But if we can do this, I mean, I don't even know where we're going to be if we can do that 59,000 people working with you guys. But this is how it works. A simple concept that if we all apply it, it will work for everybody who get engaged and they do at least their requirements. And guys, once you do the requirements, then you start playing for the difficult. And when you get done the difficult, you start doing the impossible. And this is how it will happen, guys. Francis, I hope I can help anybody with this. I don't know what else to say because this is what I train our people with, guys. This is what we say every single time to our people. And when I see the people, let me take this off so I can see you a little bit bigger. I don't see Francis.
There you go.
Now I have you here. So every time my people wants to go crazy, inventing, getting other system and bringing a lot of things in, and I say, stop. We're winning. Look at this. We're winning. We're doing it. What are you? I mean, stop. Unless you really want to do something else, go do it. But look at this. It's working. What we have to do next, coach? Do it again. And then after, just do it again and again and again until the job gets done. And that's how it happens, guys. And everybody is, if you saw this is a simple business, right? Nothing major, nothing complicated. The only thing we need people engaged that are willing to follow the system. And once we get that people in, then your business will take off to the roof. I hope this can help, Francis.
Oh my gosh, it's going to help for sure. And nobody knows better than myself.
You know this.
Described it exactly. That's exactly what we did. And I was part of that, and it worked. And we were scattered all over the United States in 3 years, and Canada in 3.5 years.
Imagine that.
And it built RVPs everywhere. And that because of the system of building regional vice presidents. And some people go to RVP, but you have to understand everybody won't go to RVP. But if you do the numbers like he's talking about, some will. And the ones that will create others. And it takes, I know you're talking about that it's simple. It is simple, but you have to do the simple things. It's the hard part is doing the simple things continually. We all want to get creative and try to figure out something that can make to shortcut it. building regional vice presidents is what's built this company. It's what's going to continue to build this company, and the pay is there. I mean, I know I'm a beneficiary of what you just described. I was in the locker room with Art when he talked about this stuff, and I am convinced, just as you are, it can happen again over and over and over. And there's not one man or woman on this call tonight that can't take what he's just given you and follow it. It's been laid out before us, it's been proven. And I was in tears tonight as I'm listening to you talk, because my memories were just flooding with all the things you're saying. I lived by those things from the A.L. Williams way, and the points that you made about, there's no junior RVPs, and just the points that you brought out, one right after the other. Building an RVP factory. We have built the grandest company on planet Earth with this system and that one man's vision and dream. But you know what? You have a vision and a dream, and that one man that had that vision and dream has now been shared with thousands of people. And Carlos, it makes me so happy that somebody is taking it to the simple form that you have and explaining it and living it every day. I know what can happen to people's lives if they follow it. It's not, you said it earlier, it's not easy, but it's worth it to work by day and build your business and give up sleep to study for tests and all of the things we have to do, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, Art used to tell us, if you think you know how good it is, it's going to be better than you think. I'm a living proof. It's better than you think. To have an income stream that never goes away. It just continues to grow, and to watch young people building their businesses. He described the building program that has built this company. There was nothing complicated about what he said tonight, but what is difficult is finding the people that will do the work. And he said, putting it together so people do the work. The two of you are amazing. I'm so happy you joined us tonight, and I'm sure there are people on this line that want me to hush for a minute so they can ask a question or hear something from you that would be good. Are you guys okay for another few minutes, 20 or 30 minutes? Okay, good. I got your agreement. So Sarah, do you have people online? I know we have people that are.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sure we have some people that are saying
and, what I'd like to ask our leaders to do when you come on to speak, be mindful of others that want to come on and I know, because I know you're just like me. I'm talking too much. Just let's allow for each one to have some time with Carlos. This is a special moment. I promise you, he's going to be back, because we're going to talk. We're going to have a lot of conversations. I love what he's done tonight. So let's open it up.
So let's open it up with a few of the key leaders. And in the meantime, if someone has a question that I've muted, if you want to type that question in either privately or in the group text, in the group chat, that's fine. Either way will work. But I want to call on some of the leaders. If you can unmute yourself, you're all co-hosts. So Donnie Glover is off of mute. Donnie?
Wow, Sarah, Carlos, what's up, my man? I tell you what, I always follow you on that leader bulletin, and you just motivate me. You and Monica, y'all just my heroes, man. And I tell you, that's how I built my business. Exactly what you're doing, what he said tonight, the Art Williams way. Man, that put the crusade in it. I'm so excited. I mean, really, man, my team, my life won't be the same after hearing you. Sometimes you just got to hear it, guys, and they own it. They are living it, man. And guys, don't try to reinvent the wheel. You heard my man, my hero. I mean, let's do it, guys. So much money to be paid out, and there we is trying to figure around, trying to make it work our way.
Uh-oh, Donnie, we lost you.
Thank you, Donnie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sarah. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Donnie.
Yes. Man, I tell you, everybody ought to be different after tonight.
That's right.
We got it. We got it uncut.
Eddie Brigham, Texas. Talk to us.
I like the point where he was talking about that he would go to work, but he would study early in the morning and he studied late at night. He did both things at the same time. You know, you didn't quit working your business, you didn't quit recruiting, you didn't quit out there closing. Some people think that, well, I got to study for my security, so they just shut it down for 3 or 4 months and don't. But anyway, you didn't do that. But you stayed positive. You knew you had to take care of your family, and you showed a lot of strong leadership. And I can hear it in you. You're a great leader. You're a great example, and I can tell your people really, really admire your stamina.
Thank you. And Eddie, let me tell you why we did that, guys. And this is key in the business, because imagine that you go to your business and your leader is not showing, right? And your leader is not going, and the excuse is because you're studying, right? So guess what everybody will duplicate? The same. So people will join the business, go to study, and never go to work, right? And you know they take forever to study, right? So you better get it done while you're working and you're studying. So if you set up the bar and you give the example, people will follow the same. I remember when people was looking at me and they say, Carlos, are you okay? Because I look like a zombie, right? I was sleeping for 3 hours a day, going back to the office. And you know, when you talk all day, you get exhausted. And I was recruiting all day for my people. I was creating momentum for them. And I look like a zombie, and I say, yeah, I might not looking so pretty right now, but watch me in a couple of months. So, but that's why, guys, we have to do it at the same time. You show by example. If you want an army of full-timers, you have to be the first one. You have to be the full-timer who leads others. So in order for have the business that you want to lead, you have to do it first. And whatever you show to them is what they're going to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Much. All right, the next leader.
I have a comment.
Okay, we got Gurpreet on.
Hey, Carlos, how are you? And Monica, thank you. You know, I love it because it's my second round this week, and every day I'm playing the Zoom that we did on Sunday because, you know, you're a master at work. You mastered your craft, right? You talk about recruiting, but you make it fun. It's not like, oh my God, you got to go recruit and your life is coming to an end, right? So I love your energy, both of you, and I love the word, you know, you can tell your leadership is there. Your work ethic is there, and it reminds me of just, you know, you're running after something bigger than yourself. So thanks for that example, because a lot of us on the call, maybe we've been here, you know, a longer period of time, but we can go recruit somebody like you, show the example, and keep running that play. So I love that. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Capri. Good to see you.
Thank you, Gurpreet. All right, who do we have next? Take yourself off of mute and I'll call whoever I see first, the leaders. Come on. Michael Tarkenton, building a big base shop, doing big things, Texas.
Man, Leo, Carlos, I'm going to tell you and Monica, thank you guys so much for sharing your story. Very, very inspiring. You know, one thing that I noted, and you said it, if you don't plan it, you won't achieve it. And man, I'm telling you, it's something about looking at where you are and where you want to be and knowing what you need to get there. So thank you guys so much for sharing and pouring out tonight with us. Man, fired up, ready to go.
Man, and let me thank you, Michael. Let me add something, because I was talking to Alejandra Resendez from Texas, and what it reminds me, I was telling about the story, and before we got to RBP, I remember we wrote my team, or the team that we created, we have a piece of paper, and everybody was like, I'm gonna be RBP number 4. And we were not RBPs yet, guys. We were not. But the plan was to become and help others. So they were like, okay, so I'm number 7. I'm number 7. We have like 12 RBPs. That's how we were playing this game. We already planned it since the beginning, before it happens. And that you have to show that bigger picture so that you people, they already know where they're going and what we're fighting for. Remember, Art was correcting an injustice, and everybody voted, and he was building the RBP factory. Who joins this team They already know what they're going to do. So that's why we have to show that since the beginning and show people where we're going, regardless of us knowing if we're going to get there in 3 years or 10 or 20, whatever, but we will get there with the right people in the team.
That is amen to that. So
Right.
true.
All right, Raj. Oh, well, was it Raj who was off of mute? Sorry, I might have called on. Raj, let's hear from you.
Hey, good evening, Sarah. Good evening, Coach Francis, and everyone on the call. Carlos, I'm out in Canada. I want to thank you so much. I listened to your story on the Big Hitters call just last Monday, and to just hear it, you basically verbatim, word for word, it just shows the consistency of where you're focusing, and it's quite humbling that to know that, you know, you checked out, you came back in, and you always had that entrepreneurial mindset and that multiple sources of income, and in the leadership. And I was going to ask a question, you know, what do you say to people? And then I just took that question back, because you really don't say anything to people. You just do it, create that environment that when they come into that environment, you've given them no reason but to do the same thing that's being conducted in that environment. And that's the key. So I want to thank you so much. You've impacted my life today. You've impacted so many people's lives on this call today, reminding us that we have a successful system. And all we have to do is follow that successful system. And Coach Francis put a kind of like a cherry on that pie when she said, the hardest part is doing that easy thing consistently. And I think you have mastered that. And that's why you're having the results. I want to thank you so much. You've brought a lot of cream to the top, and it's going to benefit all of us. So proud of you, brother.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you.
All right. So listen, thank you, Raj. We have some questions that are coming in. I've got a few, so I'm going to do these. The first question is from Maria. It says, hold on, a lot of questions were coming in, so I missed. It was, what was your replacement like when you went RVP? Did you give a big replacement?
I did. I actually, we did 2 division leaders and one about to become a regional.
Okay, good.
They were trained, they were producing, and we went with 3 division leaders and 1 regional to RVP.
Okay, awesome. And then the next question is, Carlos, what is your ratio of in-person and online business right now?
Okay, good questions. I love in-person, guys. I love to meet up with people because I love to feel who I'm talking with. I wanted to know what kind of person you are. I wanted to know how I can really help you out. I wanted to know how can I get you there. If you're somebody who have big goals, I wanted to find out. And that leads us to another question. If you're asking what's your presentation, my presentation to recruit people is to get to know who I'm talking to. That's my presentation. To show the plan that I have on my head. To show what we're doing and what we're gonna do from now on. And show people that I'm the right leader to take you to the next level. So that's my presentation. But I do a lot of Zooms. Okay, I recruit a lot of people in Zoom. I mean, you can do it through Zoom or in person, but I love in person because it's something that people, when people feel that you're doing this to help others, they can see it, they can feel it. And we're so glad we have this amazing team of people join us, because we get to the point at this office that we will kill for each other, something like that. Like all of the RVPs, they have their own names, right? They're the team names. But if you ask them, what's the name of your team? They say the Lions team. I mean, we don't have any other names, but we're Lions teams. And they wear our shirt. I mean, our shirt. They don't have any, they haven't do a logo yet or anything crazy because it's working, right? It's working. And they want to be part of this. We are one team, one dream. So, and that's what he makes greatness in a team. One team, one dream. We all drive together and we all help each other.
That's awesome. Thank you. Man, that answered the question, right? And I think it's building those relationships. Doing it in person is a lot easier than doing it over Zoom, right? There's a whole nother course on that. So the next question I think is great. Also, these are awesome questions. Thank you. What do you show the new recruits to communicate your vision and get them to buy in to being part of an RVP factory?
Okay, very simple, because this system is easy, right? We do the easy things, the simple things, and it's duplicable, right? So our RVPs already, they bought the vision. Our RVPs are doing exactly the same. So the leadership are doing exactly the same, creating that vision for everybody. We all together, everybody is showing examples. The train is moving, so the system is moving. So when you create that environment, that's what people know. I mean, if you get it to somewhere that everybody is stuck, the brand new agent will look at stuck people, right? I mean, nothing is happening. But if you come to an environment where everybody's doing this, you cannot do this. I mean, it's by default. It's by default that if you join, you will get there by default. It's a natural thing created it by the environment. It's cultural. So everybody talks, we have a one plan, which is building an RVP factory. So when they join, they know that's the plan. We're going to get you to, if you're the right person, we're going to get you there. And once we get you there, we're going to help people to get there. And that's how you're going to become financially free. That means more time for you enjoying your whatever you like to do in life, and money, not only for you, but for all of you will leave a legacy for your family. So everybody wants that. People don't want just money. People want more freedom of time. People wants to buy whatever they want. People wants to go wherever they want to go. That's what people want. And we get it done through the system that promoting RVP. So when once they join, it's only one system, which is going moving forward. So people get fit in or fit out.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you recruit to the RVP, right?
I help everybody to recruit
RVP.
Yeah, and I was a great creator of momentum. I was not a great, well, I was a great closer. If I wanted to, I close. If you put me I mean, doing a life insurance for somebody is so easy, guys. I mean, if you need it, you need to have it, right? If you need it, you have to have it. Opening up an investment account, I mean, if you need it, you have to have it. And we will find out if they need it, right? If you need to save on your auto insurance, if you need it, you have to have it, and we will help you out with this. But the main thing here is the leaders create momentum for his team. My team are my RVPs. I do have a base shop. I build my base shop to build RVPs, but I take care of my RVPs like they're my base shop. I make sure that they're growing and making money, because that's how we're gonna grow. We made a commitment that we're a family, right? So we train together, we follow the same play, and that's how we achieve greatness, because it's only one play. And we give the training of winners. I mean, it's only one thing, and we do that. So yes, if I have to commit my day for one of my RVPs, and they say, hey, I have this big dog that I want to recruit, I'm there. Because it's about everybody's winning. If they're stronger, we're stronger.
Yep. So that kind of leads to one of these questions, and I see some. I'm getting a lot of questions. Let me tell you, this is a good night with questions. But I saw this one. It really ties into what you're saying and what you're talking about, because someone asked, how do you keep doing the overlapping leadership once they become RVP?
It's called replacements, right?
Yeah.
This is the greatest system on earth. So look at this. My dad got promoted to RVP. He left me a replacement that I converted to RVP, who gives me a replacement that I converted to RVP, who gives me a replacement who is getting to RVP. So I've always been working two legs, right? And this is something that, because I come from the network marketing industry, I'm used to recruit people, right? So, but they told us at the beginning, hey, you can only, if you want to give all your attention to someone, you have to dedicate time to them. So I was putting my effort on two legs, on two people, helping grow, helping creating leaders under them. So that's how we did it. So creating leaders under the leaders, making the leaders strong. So that's how we did it, through building under our people. So, and if you build under your people, you guarantee an RVP factory, because the replacement program is the most amazing program you have. You find two, remember the multiplication? You find your two or three, and they find their two or three, and so on, so on, so. You get your replacement, you take the best contract on earth, you go strong, we stay strong, we just keep growing and find more people to do the same. That's how we created. And it was not easy. Let me tell you this, it took us 2 years, guys. 2 years to develop our leaders, to help them understand the magic of the system. And once they got it, they start working toward it. And we promoted 6 RVPs in 4 months. But they were cooking for 2 years. It's not that we just did it like this. We were understanding everything, but we were trying to make it simple how he said it. And then everybody start popping. And the RVP machine already started. Now it's getting better and better. We're gonna keep popping on RVP. And I believe that everybody, once you start developing that leadership and promotions in motions, you should be promoting an RVP every single month. Every single month, it's doable. And if somebody under you is already an RVP and they get it going and they start promoting an RVP every single month, then we can get to 4,000 RVPs in 12 months, because then the other one, and then the other one. And we take United States and Canada, and then we go to Europe again. And we go to South America, and we go everywhere in the world if we'll get there.
How about, Carlos, if you're doing 4,000 RVPs, how much money do you think you would make with that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. That would be unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, guys, we only have 7, and look, 100. This month, the company has already paid us $105,000 in 1 week.
I saw that on the computer yesterday.
Yay! and not only that, guys, our RVPs in 1 week, they all got paid like what, $25,000, $30,000? Wow. 1 week. So we chasing great.
So I want to make a comment about that. He just described how he built teams to build replacements. He was building under, but when he took the replacements, the person that was promoted RVP had equal amounts. So now they can go build RVPs and take replacements. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's the best system on earth. Mm-hmm. And people get hung up on that. They don't want to build too quick because they're afraid that person will be the replacement. Mm-hmm. What you think is, so what you've described is the ideal way to look at it. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well said, Frances.
So I would like to break it down to the system, right? Because the question reads, it's Leo Suarez. He wants to know, how important is the Fast Start Planner?
Oh, that's everything. That's everything. And look at this. So we're talking about distribution system, right? So I'm always have one here with me, because after I recruit you, this is the only training you will see from me. The only one. We need to open up the book in the middle of the page. It's been there because of a reason, and we're gonna do this theme. So the FTB bonus is genius because we can put money on brand new agents, and we help the trainers to make money at the same time, right? So in order for you to make money, your goal is to put as much money as you can on the brand new rep, and the only thing this rep, after getting all those FTB bonus banked, they need to just get licensed. Mm-hmm. We created a team under you. You got licensed, you get promoted, you become a leader, you start getting paid over rise, you get to regional leader, and then you're on your run to RVP. But this is something I always advise guys. In order for you to get a ton of production, you need a lot of people, right? And the best way to get a lot of people is to get people out of your people. So I'm not too good at prospecting out there, right? Outside. I don't like cold market. I'm afraid to cold market. I like warm. So what I do is every time I get someone, I warm it up. I created my inventory and I start recruiting people under that person immediately, creating teams, putting people together with somebody. That's how it works. You put people to work with people, everybody gets busy, everybody build it, everybody get promoted, everybody get licensed, and then everything start rolling. But if you get a recruit and you sell that person immediately, that's your only focus, to sell a life insurance. That person will go home and they will say how it goes. Oh, well, I pay $124 and $100 and something for some coverage. I don't even know how it works. And they say, oh, they rip you off. And then they will call you and they say, cancel that insurance and give me my money back. And you don't get nothing off of it. So I call this the early replacement program. I mean, our time is so valuable that we want to get paid for it. And the best way to get paid for it is through getting people with the new recruit. Because I'm not good at prospecting, I mastered that. The brand new recruit, before he goes out, before he quits, I make sure I recruit at least 3 people under. If this brand new fox doesn't leave the business, this might be it. This might be it. Who knows? But that's how we found all of the RVPs, through digging down through new recruits. The first RVP we did, he was doing this 6 level down, 6, until we found him. Because we were looking for what? Not for a life insurance sale, for a leader who can help us help a lot of families. But we needed the team first. We needed the team so that we can help a ton of families. We understand the concept that if we want it to be right next to the big leaders, we need to build it. And through building it, we're gonna help millions of families to achieve financial freedom. So the fast starts is everything, guys. And they ask me how soon you fast start, how soon you steam somebody. If you got recruited by me, I'm sorry, but we're doing the steam right now. And who do you know? And let's do a Zoom right now before you're going home and get discouraged.
Yep.
Let me show you how this works. Let me show you that this really works before somebody says something different than what we're telling you here. And it has to be immediately, has to get it done quicker.
So I want to ask this question. This is for Monica. Monica, at the moment, it says, at what moment did you embrace or start accepting the business and jump on with Carlos? And then how did Carlos help manage yours? Well, and the question, I guess, is 2-part. How did Carlos help manage that assistance? But let's start with Monica.
I think it was 30 days. Like I said, I watched him for 30 days because since we were like the 30-day couple, I was like, okay, 30 days. And since it lasted longer, I was like, okay, no, this is weird. That's not like him. So that's when I was like voluntarily, I was like, okay, let me go into see what he's getting himself into. And like I said, I fell in love right away. So it took me 30 days to definitely just jump in. And at the end of the day, it was like, he was so excited that I either joined him and created something great, or this was gonna disconnect us completely. And I was not gonna allow that. So why not give it an opportunity? It wasn't going to hurt. We weren't going to get any more broke than when we were already, right? So that was my mentality. And I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's do it. So it took me 30 days.
Awesome.
And then your question is, what was his question?
How did you transition her into helping you in the business and managing that assistance?
Oh, I'm my own boss. I was like, this is what I'm doing, and this is my title, and this is what you need to transfer every month.
Yeah, actually, she did the transition for me because she was putting everything in order. because I was a completely mess. Because when you're growing, my focus was growing everybody, helping everybody. The RVP machines require a lot of work, a lot of help. And then because we're in an industry that is highly regulated, so we have to have everything in order. So when she came, she started putting in everything in place. And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't even know we have to do all of this. I was so focused about building and building and building. If she doesn't jump in, by that time, it might be a disaster for us. So she came in, and I never forced her. That's another thing, guys. I never say, you gotta go, you gotta do something, but I knew how to get it done through going home excited, through going home with a smile, even when everybody quits, when nobody show up, and how it was. Oh my God, it was amazing. We have like 100 people at the meeting. Nobody show up, guys. Nobody. She was 100. And another thing, she used to say, oh my God, you and your large numbers. Here we go again. And if it's not because of the large numbers, guy, we will not get to the larger.
That's right.
So we got to talk about greatness. We got to talk about, we get paid, at least we get paid with money. I don't know, Francis, do you get paid with money?
Yeah, lots of it.
A lot of people get paid with coupons, or I don't know how they get paid. I'm not afraid.
I came here to make money. That's always been my focus.
That's right. So I'm not afraid to say someone, if you're the right person, I can help you to get to RVP level, and we will make about 100,000 within the first year. How about that? Who will say no? Who will say no to that? And if you say with enthusiasm, and they can see in your eyes, hey, you might be right. I remember I tell people, that's how I recruit my first agents. I say, hey, look, I'm just getting started, but we're gonna become RVPs in 4 months. If you help us, if you're part of this, then you're gonna be next. And then they say, so what that means? That means that once we get to RVP, we're gonna get paid $100,000 within the first year. You will get paid $100,000 within the first year, and then we're gonna help others to get, through helping others to get there, we're gonna go to 2, 3, 4, 500,000, $1 million, $2, $3 million. It might take us 3 to 5 years, but hey, are you willing to work for 5 years and become a millionaire? And a lot of people are afraid to talk about money. That's how we get paid. I don't know. And people are looking for an opportunity who pays money, right? And what a great opportunity to have someone that will show you how to get there. I was selling Alex when we were not making money. I was selling my upline story. Hey, he makes $500,000 and he's teaching us on how to get there. What can be better than that? Who's teaching you how to make money right now? Nobody. They buying your time. So let's get this opportunity that this guy will teach us on how to get there. He knows how to get there. And people got it. I mean, they say, you know what? I didn't understand half of what you're saying, but I like your enthusiasm. So let's go. And they got recruited. And some of them are RVPs now.
And let me ask you something, Alex, Carlos. When you're building that many RVPs, there are a lot of recruits that came on board that stayed part-time along the way. You have a lot of part-timers in your business. Yes. They're staying here to make money. They still like to make money. They're not the RVPs, but it takes a lot of people to find those RVPs and put the RVP team together. Is that your
That's correct. Conclusion? That's exactly correct.
And so, I don't want anybody to go away from here tonight and think that he only has RVPs in his business. His business is built with a lot of people, and some become RVPs. So there's sales being made because recruits become clients, and they have people that they know, and they're great at distribution.
Yes, and that's the key. So we have a lot of the part-timers will give you the sales. Because the part-timers are chasing the money until they decide that they want to become full-timers, right? Once they become full-timers, they part of the leadership and they will join the RVP team. But the part-timers are the foundation of what we do. They are the ones who give us the market. They are the ones who give us the new recruits, take us to families, and that's how we close deals. Once they see the money, they can get their income replaced. They might take the decision to go full-timer and then go to RVP. It's the process.
That's the process. That's it.
Do we have time for one more question?
Let's go.
All right. Yes. Okay. So it was about field training, and then these questions, they come up and pop up. So hold on one second. All right. I lost it. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry about this. A lot of stuff coming in. Do you have a way to select your field trainers, and do you have separate training for field trainers?
Of course, we do different type of trainings. We do trainings for the field trainers. We do trainings for the RVPs, like the locker rooms. I mean, we get the leaders to the next level, so we got to talk about other type of stuff that a brand new agent, it might not be appropriate to get at the first moment, right? But yeah, we do different type of trainings. And what was the other question? If we do,
yeah, you have separated, you select those group of people. I mean, do they earn that, right? It's not
well,
more.
actually, we have a training going on every day. We do 2 trainings, one in the morning, one at night for everybody. But when I feel that we need to get together with the leadership, I set up a meeting and we get together and we talk about growing and how we're doing and how we're going to get to the next level, how the RVP factory is looking on each of our RVPs, and then we just keep moving with the system. But we have a set of trainings setting up every day, twice a day, and we do licensing classes every day from Monday through Friday.
That's good. Just a question for me. Do you have a licensing specialist who does that for you?
Yes, ma'am. We have my first recruit. He's an expert on insurance, so he become a licensed expert from us for the entire office. It was like a year and a half ago. Okay,
good. So I like this question, and we'll end it with this, right? So in becoming a leader, what were some of the things that you needed to change and work on? What were those few key moments to becoming a great leader that you are?
Well, let me.
Monica should answer that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Carlos. You answer it.
Let me tell you, it's something that you will never will reach your top, right? You always have room to grow, and we've been through a lot. So we didn't struggle that much in Primerica because we struggled before. We got evicted from our first home with 3 kids, and we have to sell Monica's pieces of gold so that we can pay for the down payment for a little apartment, from a house to a little apartment that we can afford at that time. And one thing that helped me a lot, guys, was she never tell me, go get a real job. She said, keep going. We've been, I mean, it's been so far. We get so far. I know and then we start working we had a part-time cleaning a factory and cleaning banks at nights.
It's not fun.
And we're talking about a couple of years ago. It was about 6 years ago. And we were cleaning banks and a huge warehouse. But we were doing it at nights. Remember, you do at nights because I was not willing to keep grinding, looking for what is going to help us get there. And she had her job. So I say to her, you know what, baby, I'm not quitting the entrepreneur dream, but at least I'm gonna get something that we can get paid at night. And she said, no, you're not doing that. We doing that. And then we went to clean together. And it lasted for 5 months, guys, 5 months. And we were enjoying it. Actually, we were enjoying it. and they fired us. They fired us from cleaning because we were so bad at cleaning.
No, you were so bad at cleaning.
I did it.
Horrible.
I was leaving all of the garbage can with garbage because we have a medical facility. We were cleaning at midnight, and then we have to wake up at 4 a.m. to clean up a warehouse. Huge restrooms, guys, but we did that because I was not willing to quit the goal of becoming an entrepreneur, becoming somebody. And what makes me strong was that she never told me, go get a real job. She was, go ahead. We're just step away to get it. Until we found Primerica, guys. It was easy for us at that time. It was
That's so good.
easiest thing we have done ever because we went through a struggle before. You might be through a struggle with Primerica, but let me tell you, it's not about how to become that leader. You will become that leader through following the system. Trust me. If you are disciplined, if you decide to become a little bit more disciplined and more committed, you will get there because people will push you to get there.
Yes,
Following
right.
the system with discipline, guys, everything will change.
Thank you so much, Carlos. So I want to just say real quick before I hand it back over to Mom for a closing. Me personally, as an RVP and having people on the call tonight, I know one of my leaders is not Nina. Gaddy is not going to be able to talk because she's got a bunch of grandkids and people yet loud, but it's just perfect timing, right? And what I think that, I mean, Mom always knows who to put in front of us. And I think it was divine that in God's hands on our business that you were able to come on with us tonight, because what you said, I mean, Mom tells us this, right? But and you preach exactly what she preaches, but hearing it tonight and your story and your words and showing this thing, it's really not that complicated. It's a simple process and it's working right now today. No excuses, right? In a pandemic world, in a city that has a lot of other Primericans, right? I mean, we're not alone here in Atlanta. And so there's no excuses why we can't get it done. And I'm just excited. I know this is going to lift my team personally to a whole new level. And I appreciate your leadership, Mom, and putting this and having that. But someone thank me. I'm laughing inside. I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. This is Frances Avrett putting this on tonight. So thank you, Mom. And thank you, Carlos and Monica, for being on. Oh, I see Leo wants to make a comment. So Leo, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, Carlos, this is Leo Senior. How you doing?
What's up, Leo?
Hey, ¿cómo estás, man? Dándole duro.
Yes,
Qué
sir.
bueno. Mira, you're building a lot of RVPs and they're all going, I'm next. What's in their mind? What do you want them to do to promote them to RVP? Kind of your guidelines, or how do you get them ready so they know exactly what they got to do to become a regional vice president? ¿Qué es lo que tú quieres?
Okay, so first of all, we want people to understand the importance of the licensing, right? Because I have people that they're ready to go RVP. They're doing more than enough to become an RVP, but they don't have the license. So that will stop the machine there. That will stop the factory. So when they join the team, they know that there is a couple of requirements they have to get it done. But like I say, it is a culture at the office aiming for the contract, right? So nobody, if we know that they're going to become district, we already know that will happen. We already know they're going to become division regional. But since the culture is going to RVP, that's the only thing they know when they join this business. So that's what they do. And in order for that, they need to get licensed. So we were struggling at licensing, and we had to fix that, because that took us, it got us stuck for 2 years. The licensing part, guys, it has to be so important. You have to be ready, because when the explosion happens, if you're not ready, we're not holding any promotions. We're not.
Okay.
If you're not ready, the person right next to you, it will go to RVP, because they did what it takes to become. We're not denying an earned promotion. That's a rule that William created. And that it has to happen in order for the system to keep moving. So everybody needs to get ready and take advantage of the opportunity that Primerica is sponsoring the licensing, guys. I mean, Primerica is paying for the licenses. Let's get an advantage of that. And then let's do the requirements to become a regional vice president. But trying to get that as a cultural thing in your office. I mean, that's what everybody has to aim for.
And
You
they're
just
doing about how much in there when they go RVP, about how much the 7 that you built, how much were they doing when they went RVP? What was the, I want to know the momentum.
Okay, the requirements they're simple. They're 20 by 20, 2 months on the road, at least 10 to 15 licenses, permanent licenses. That's what the system say, right?
Yeah.
And 20,000 in premium. So when you're ready to go RBP is you being a regional leader for a couple of months, you drive your
Okay.
team, you manage your own team, you're fully licensed, and you have a good replacement. A good replacement means that if you give me something that I can continue promoting my business, that you're not gonna get hurt when you go to RBP. But it's more important for me to help my RBP going strong. And going strong is not just holding it for months as a regional leader. No, it's better for me to jump in and help him getting stronger so that he can go strong. Because we want strong RBPs, yes, but they will get there if we
Got
help them, if we show them the way. So most of the RBPs, the last one, we have a guy who was stuck in May, and because he couldn't pass his 63, and I didn't figure it out. So when I figured it out, it's because he quit. My guy quit on May this year, and I say, what do you mean you quitting? Come over here. Get your ass over here to my office. And he came, and I say, what are you doing? And he quit because he was about to go do Uber. And I say, are you crazy? You're one of my best recruiters. That's what it takes to build this, and you're quitting, you're not going anywhere. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna work with you 12 hours a day for 90 days. I'm gonna get you to RBP. Your life will change, but if you have to get committed. And guess what is gonna happen next? You're gonna go and pass your 63 right now. And it was May 4, guys, May 4. And I say, when is the next available window, test appointment? And it was on the 11th. And he went without studying because he stopped studying. He went and passed the 63 8 days ago after that. And then the same month, through me jumping in, recruiting people under people, he ended his month at 47 recruits by 43,000 in premium. It didn't took us 90 days. It took us a month for him to get promoted because he did what he was supposed to do. He has what it takes to become a regional vice president. And he just showed it right there. Got licensed in that month and crushed almost 50 by 50 from zero. And you want me to tell you how it happens? We recruited a lady from Cuba, and she brought us 25 new recruits in a week and a half.
Wow.
It was people coming into the office every day, like 3, 4, 5 people coming into the office to get interviewed by me, and I closed them down. And then he started training them on the Zoom meetings and everything, helping families, helping here, doing KTs while I was recruiting and passing on to him and 2 more trainings that he had, and they were closing the deals, doing the system while I was getting momentum. And let me tell you, in April, this guy got paid in April $59. $59. In May, because we did 47 by 43,000 in premium, he got paid $14,000. And not only that, his regional leader under, who was quitting as well, he made $13,000. This guy went RBP on June, and the other one went RBP on July, his replacement. Both of them make over $200,000 a year by now.
Right. And you know what? And Carlos, you're right, because when I was on my run for the ring, we did that. We went to 100, then we went to 115, 217, $250,000, 300,000, 400,000, and we're doing exactly what you were saying. We're recruiting for them. The only regret I have is that we didn't go faster. We didn't work longer. I tell everybody, I said, you don't even understand. I've always told people, and I got a lot of people listening right now, I knew that you can make $1 million in 3 years. You know, at the end of the day, everyone's wondering, what's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret? The secret is hard work. work all day long from sun up to sundown. I tell people, look, if you're going to start, there's a lot of people listening right now. If I was to start all over and say, you know what, man, I'm going to get into Primerica, I would sleep 8 hours and work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. And there's no reason why you can't be at $1 million in 3 years. There's no reason. I know you put a lot of hours in it. It's not going to happen by mistake. You got to work. We all want the secret pill. There is no secret pill. The secret pill is hard work. You got to be willing to wake up when everyone doesn't want to wake up, when they want to sleep, and you got to stay up when everybody's ready to go to bed. If you do that, I promise you, I know the system. I've seen you. I built a lot of, I think 13, 14 direct RVPs. I know it. And at the end of the day, everyone's going to kick themselves in the butt for not working harder. And it's not like this forever. You only got to work for 3, maybe 5 years, and you're done. Today, I live in a beautiful house. I travel the world. I go everywhere. You know, I have a villa in the Bahamas. And I always tell myself, man, I should have worked harder. I knew exactly what to do, what you're saying, what Frances is saying, exactly the same. The only thing is we don't put the effort in it. The reason why is the number one reason we don't is because everyone on this line, we really don't believe. Carlos, what you have.
You mute yourself, Leo. Leo, you mute yourself.
Yeah.
You're always telling Monica, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You're the dreamer, you're the visionary. And that's why people follow you, because you're selling the dream of what we're going to do. And all of us have to see, we don't believe in ourselves, so we don't say what we're going to do. We don't say what we're capable of doing. But if we understood it very well, and you mastered Art Williams, his system, he did it. I always tell my son Leo Jr., I go, Leo, we got to master the master. We got to copy the master, because if he did it, we can do it as well. And my son now is rocking and rolling. He's going to be an RVP pretty soon, but you're on it, Carlos. I'm watching you. I'm studying you. I'm hearing what you're saying. And you're right on point. And I just want to tell you thank you, because all of these people that are listening right now, we can all do the same thing if we believe, and then we got to go to work. You can believe all you want, but if you don't go to work, it ain't going to happen. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Total sense, Leo.
Yeah, and I think I have a comment, Frances, on
awesome.
what Leo said. Just want to clarify, because, you know, you can work hard, but you got to work hard on creating a recruiting machine which builds RVPs. So like Frances always taught me, you know, I was working hard being a salesperson, and I didn't get that, you know, I didn't jump diamonds right away. But when we focus on recruiting and building, so just let's clarify, working hard on recruiting, building RVPs, Frances, right?
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah, and let me add this. It's not about recruiting 100 people a month only, but it's how you recruit those 100 people and where are in your organization. Are you recruiting to show up in the scoreboard, or are you recruiting to build?
That's right. Amen.
Correct.
Okay?
So true.
Good job.
That's very true.
Frances, I need to ask you for a favor. I know you can get this done.
Tell me what you need.
I need to know. I need to get to know in person the master of this company, and I know you can get it done. And that's my dream. That's our dream. Monica told me.
Okay, we'll have a conversation. I think we could do that.
Awesome. Please do that. That's the only thing we're missing from the business.
Well, he would love to hear. He will love your presentation. More than your presentation, he will love what you've done. You don't just talk it; you've done it. You've walked the talk. You've made it happen.
Amen.
And you're on it. I mean, I'm telling you, stay on it. I've heard what you said. You run training every day. You're building the skills in your people. You're building confidence. You're selling them a dream. You're showing them the way. And in a presentation like tonight, and this many people are listening to you, you can't really tell somebody exactly what it takes. It's that everyday life, but it's and Art says it all the time, without the dream, you can't build the team. And it's the dream that makes it all come true. And what caused A.L. Williams and Primerica to be who we are, a man with vision and a dream that was relentless. And I hear that in you. Never, never grow weary of that. But yes, we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
And then we get to have you back again, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right, I like this. This is going good.
One question I had, I didn't hear anything from Gary Martin. I know he's one of our key leaders on the line, and I didn't know if he wanted to make a statement. Gary, are you there?
I did have him as a, I'm sure I had him as a.
Okay, well, if.
Yeah, I think we had a text where he had something at 7 to do or something like that.
Oh, okay. So he may have had to leave the program before we finish.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you for staying late, being engaged. But we have one more thing before we close out tonight. And I'm going to have Jen put a flyer on the board. I've called an emergency meeting for this team for tomorrow night. It's the blueprint for your push for growth. We invited Carlos tonight because he is doing it exactly right. So at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and with the Zoom ID that you're accustomed to, the same one you used tonight, and this will go out to every one of the RVPs as soon as this meeting ends. Jen is probably now sending it to you, and your job is to get it to your leaders. I don't care who comes. It can be the newest person or people that have been here for a while. This is world business leaders and the team that we're talking to tonight. You and of course I know that Capri is part of world business leaders, but make sure that you have your people in that meeting tomorrow night. We're about to have an operation called Operation, I've lost my word. I had this was so good. This is great. I've got to give you my word. This is something that we can do that I know that in this push right now, we can make Operation Bold Move. We're going to make, he described a bold plan for growth that he implemented 2 or 3 years ago and is running now. We're going to have Operation Bold Move to talk about it tomorrow night with a blueprint for your push. I don't care who you are. You just heard Carlos say it. If you get in the game and you get on the team and you follow the lead, you can get there. And that's the decision you've got to make. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom, and I'll be talking to you about our plan of action. We're ready to make a big, bold move. So thanks for joining us. And again, Carlos, for you and Monica, it's been amazing having you here, getting to know you. And I look forward to many visits together. And I look forward to watching your continued growth as you copy the Art Williams plan to build something great. I think you're right. We haven't seen anything yet.
Amen. Amen.
Just the
Thank
beginning.
you guys. Have a
Thank
good
you for having
night.
us
God
here.
bless. Thank
Crush
you.
it.
Let's
Good
all
night,
go to the top,
everybody.
guys.
Good night.